These two firefighters are crazy. In the distance, the forest has already become a sea of flames, yet they're still launching fire seeds. This ultimately caused the entire hillside to be engulfed by fire, but they stand nearby looking extremely excited. It turns out they had previously cut a fire break. Then they removed all flammable materials around the fire line, creating a safe zone. Next, they ignited the area outside the fire break, letting this controlled fire move toward the wildfire with the wind. Eventually, the wildfire would slowly extinguish due to lack of fuel, but just as everyone was preparing to evacuate, John, while picking up a diamond from the ground, didn't notice a large tree suddenly falling down. Mike immediately pulled him away, saving his life. Unexpectedly, when boarding the helicopter, John pushed Mike off the helicopter, because according to regulations, no one without straps could board, but going back to find straps was too late. At that moment, a teammate handed over a roll of tape. Then, this comical scene made all teammates unable to hold back their laughter. At this time, John took something out of his hand and said, faced with his teammate's prank, "I think this is yours!" Mike reluctantly gave him the middle finger, because he knew this meant the fire crew had accepted him. Mike used to be an irresponsible person. His girlfriend got pregnant, but he wouldn't acknowledge the child was his. Even his mother wanted to cut ties with him, but none of this changed him, until 5 months later, he saw his own child. This made the dejected Mike suddenly wake up, so he decided to join the fire department, to do something meaningful. However, when people learned he was a drug addict, nobody agreed to let him join the fire department, but the captain was still willing to give him a chance. During the interview, though, the questions caught him off guard.
When was the last time you used? Don't think, just answer the question.
3 months ago.
You got a record?
Yeah. Felony larceny.
You ever do any time?
3 days, and I'm on probation.
After hearing his answers, the captain was very disappointed. He wondered why someone like this would interview for the fire department. Mike answered, it was to give his newborn daughter a better life. Finally, the captain gave him a chance. However, at that time, the fire crew was training intensely to compete for a position on the elite team. The captain didn't lower his expectations for Mike just because he had just joined. When everyone else had completed their tasks, Mike hadn't returned yet. Just as the captain was about to give up on him, Mike finally appeared. But when he reached the finish line, the first thing he did was not to collapse and rest, but to show proof that he had reached the summit. This changed everyone's attitude toward him. Soon, they received a mission.